everyone, it's Kendra and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In the last video, I told you guys about how I prepare for game day, but unfortunately, because of the coronavirus outbreak, I won't be playing any more soccer games for the time being, and likely not many other people in the world will be either. Lately, social media has been filled with coronavirus news, and understandably, it can get depressing logging in and seeing nothing but negativity all across your feed. But just before news of the virus hit, something awesome happened, and this awesome thing happened after years of trials and triumph in women's soccer. So in this video, not only do I want to reveal this amazing moment, but I also want to tell you guys about the events leading up to it, and just give you guys some advice, soccer girl to soccer girl, in these times of uncertainty. So, before I tell you what happened, let me take you way back to summer 2019 at the FIFA Women's World Cup in France. So, the United States women's team was stepping onto the field for their championship match against the Netherlands. So the Netherlands, this was their first World Cup final in their history, so that was a big moment for them. But for the US, they were looking for their fourth title at the FIFA Women's World Cup, more than any other country in history. So, the way the game went, the US ended up winning and they got that fourth title, but that wasn't the only thing that they were fighting for. So equality, recognition, and equal pay were at the top of their list. Not only were they representing their country, but they were also determined to represent all women in soccer. Basically, the fight for equal pay has been going on since around 2016, but things really started to heat up after the Women's World Cup in 2019. Just to give you guys some numbers, FIFA, the world governing soccer body, awarded only $30 million to the women's team for winning the World Cup, while in the same tournament for the men's team in 2018, they were awarded $400 million. Like, to me, the difference here is just ridiculous. I don't understand why the men's team, who are doing the exact same thing as the women, are making like such a staggering amount more. For comparison, the United States men's team has never won a World Cup in their history, and they didn't even qualify for the 2018 World Cup. And the women only make around $5,000 per match, while the men make around $13,000 per match. Because of unequal pay and an overall just lack of recognition and respect for women's soccer, and to be honest, a lack of respect for all women's sports, 28 players from the U.S. women's national team decided to file a lawsuit against the U.S. Soccer Federation, and they, coincidentally or not, filed this lawsuit on March 8th, 2019, which happens to be International Women's Day. They state that U.S. Soccer Federation has actually violated two federal laws. So the first one being the Equal Pay Act, and the second one being Title VII of the Civil Rights Act, which basically prohibits any employment discrimination. Since then, many female players have rallied and become the faces for this fight, and they've also begun to motivate many other players and people around the world to join them and support them. So now is time for the moment you've all been waiting for, the big reveal. On March 12, 2020, U.S. Soccer President Carlos Cordero announced that he was stepping down from his position as president, and this happened after receiving a lot of backlash after a filing that stated that men's players get paid more basically because they require a lot more skill and responsibility than a female player does. Yeah, I know what you're all thinking, crazy, right? But that's really what they said. And if they really want to say that men's players have more skill than women's players, I just want to add, tell that to their 4 World Cup trophies. And even better news, recently a woman has stepped in to take Cordero's place as president. Cindy Parlow-Cone, who was actually the former vice president, will take Cordero's spot as president. And she also happens to be the first woman to ever hold this position, and she also is a former member of the U.S. women's national team. But the fight isn't over yet, and together we can make a difference even if it's a small one. And you might be wondering if there's anything you can do. Well, I'm going to share with you my 3 tips for how you can help with this situation. First, we have to keep spreading awareness on social media. Since we can't really go out to watch any games right now, we have to show our support in other ways. So we really have to keep getting on our social media pages and speaking up. A second thing you could do is buy some merchandise. Even if it's a jersey or a t-shirt or something like that that supports any women's team, any professional women's team, that would be awesome. So if you haven't noticed, For this entire video, I've been wearing this t-shirt. It says Nike is a woman. So I really love this shirt because I feel like it truly represents overall just female empowerment, and it also really speaks to me in terms of equality in sports. Lastly, and this one is super important, not only for the future, but also for your physical and mental well-being, you gotta keep practicing and putting the work in at home. We can't let this virus stop us from training and getting better. Just remember that you girls are the future of women's soccer, and the fight for equal pay and so much more relies on you girls to keep playing and keep fighting. So that's it for this video. If you guys liked it, please subscribe and like, and also go ahead and follow me on my social media pages, all at Mind Body Football, for more awesome content. Remember to keep playing and keep fighting. Together, we can do this.